Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kara and I talk about all things bunny, and today I am going through my top 10 favorite tools and accessories for my rabbits. I had a really hard time numbering these, so please take the order with a grain of salt. I love all these things and highly recommend each one. Number 10, plastic storage bins. I love these plastic bins for organizing things like hay and bedding. I personally buy 50-pound boxes of hay that last me about 6 months, and the boxes are really cumbersome and hard to store, so I just throw them in the closet, and then I take the large bin and I fill it with hay as much as I can. The bin will last me about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and I can keep it right next to the hay feeder and just fill it from there, and it's a ton more convenient. I use horse stall pellet bedding for the rabbits, and they come in these big 40-pound bags that are really hard to store, and it's hard to scoop the pellets out of them, so I keep them in a small plastic bin as well, and it's just a lot easier to store and it's more convenient. Mine is the Snack Shack. These are really great for grinding down your rabbit's teeth. They are made of a combination of hay and alfalfa, so they are very sweet. It's not something you want your rabbit to have every single day, but they are really great for helping them grind down their teeth. One great thing about these is they come in different sizes. So they have a large one, which I keep out in the bunny room so that Bailey can chew on it when she's out playing. And they also have this small version that's filled with different kinds of treats for the rabbits. I put these inside the cage. I only give them maybe once every other month because they are very sweet. So number 8 is Willow wreaths, and they are great treats for rabbits. Unlike what I just showed you, they are not full of sugar. They are completely natural, so they're really healthy. They're also really great for training. I've used them to teach Benny some different tricks, and the bunnies just go absolutely crazy for them. I get my willow wreaths from Binky Bunny. They are pretty inexpensive and they last quite a while. And the great thing about these is once the rabbits eat the leaves, they can then chew on the wreath itself, and it's really great for their teeth. Hi, Benny. Number 7 is puppy pads. They are really great to put in the bottom of your litter box. They are not for every rabbit. Some rabbits will chew on them, and this is not something that should be ingested. I tried them with Benny when he was a baby and before I had screened litter boxes, and he would pull them out and chew on them, which is not a good idea. But now that I have screened litter boxes, they can't get to them. They don't even try, and it's been really great. They absorb all the extra pee, so it makes cleanup a lot easier. They're also really inexpensive. You can get a box of 100 from a wholesale store for about $20. So they're these really huge pads that I cut into quarters so that I can fit them in the litter box really nicely. So I get 4 pads out of each of the large pads, so they last me a really long time. Number 6 is a dustpan. It's a really great cleaning tool, though it might not be necessary for everyone, but because of the cage I have, I need to sweep up the floor all the time. Benny also is a rabbit who is litter trained, but loves to poop all over the cage. So that means that I am sweeping up the cage bottom probably at least 2 times a day. So the dustpan makes it super easy and super quick. I love this thing. It's also really great when I am cleaning the litter boxes and all the hay that gets all over. You can just sweep it up really quick and it's super convenient. So number 5 is a shop vac. Shop vacs are a bunny parent's best friend. I have found that a shop vac is the best way to pick up hay, and we all know that hay gets all over the place and it's not easy to pick up. A regular vacuum just doesn't do the trick. So I have found that the best thing is a shop vac with the widest tube that you can find, sucks up the hay really easy. I have gotten mine clogged a couple of times just because I've tried to vacuum up too much hay at once, but overall it's the best tool for cleaning up hay. I use it probably once or twice a week when I do a full cleaning of the bunny room, and it has been a wonderful addition. Number 4, screened litter boxes. So I mentioned before that I used to use a regular litter box, and I really didn't like that Benny's feet were sitting directly on the dirty litter and his paws would become really dirty. I just didn't like that. So I started using a screened litter box, and I have tried many different varieties, including one that I made myself, and I have found that the best ones for me are from Binky Bunny. The screen catches all the poop on top, so it's super easy to just dump off the screen every day or every other day, and it keeps things really clean. And the screen is really flexible. I know some people don't like screen litter boxes because it can cause sore hocks, which is more of a problem with a larger rabbit. Luckily for me, my rabbits are light enough that it's not so much of a problem, and they have never had sore hocks. They've never had any kind of problem with their feet from these litter boxes. But the ones from Binky Bunny are super flexible, so when the rabbit sits on it, the screen bows a little bit, so it's not very hard on their feet. I also use horse stall bedding, like I mentioned before, and the rabbits should not ingest that, so the screen makes it impossible for them to get to the litter. Number 3, a comb with rubber. A comb is an essential part of any bunny toolkit, and it's kind of a no-brainer, but the reason why this comb is on my list is because it has rubber in it. The rubber does a really good job of catching all the bunny hair. It does a much better job than a comb would do by itself. The only problem I've run into with this comb is sometimes I can over-comb, and then I'm pulling out too much hair and it's causing some thin spots. So I did have to get used to that. So they do sell combs like this. I believe it's called the Hair Buster, but it was a little bit too expensive for me. So I just got this cheap comb from Petco. It's just a dog flea comb. And I took a piece of rubber band and I just threaded it between every few teeth. And it does the trick. It works just as well, and it was probably about a quarter of the price. Number 2, a scale. I was going to put this a little farther up on the list, but it really is an essential part of having a bunny. A bunny's weight is super important. It's really crucial that you keep an eye on how much your bunny weighs and if it's losing weight. Once a bunny is starting to lose weight, it's an indication that something is seriously wrong. Weighing a rabbit and keeping an eye on their weight can save their life. This scale I got for under $10 from Amazon. It's completely worth it. Spend the 10 bucks. It can save your rabbit's life. Number 1, fruit slice cushions. These are my favorite things. They're maybe the best things I've ever bought for my rabbits. They absolutely love them. I apologize, this one is really dirty. It's due for a wash, but they're very cute and they're made of a nice thick foam. So it gives the rabbit a place to sit on, and it makes it really soft for their feet so they're not sitting on a hard cage bottom or even on a carpet, which can be abrasive for their feet. Look at Bailey. My bunnies love to loaf on these and take a nap. Probably at least 85% of the time I come in the room, I will find them on one of these cushions. A really great thing about them is they're so easy to wash. You can just throw them in the washing machine. They take a little while to dry, but they clean up so beautifully. I got my first one at East Coast Bun Fest from the Binks Box store table. I got a lime and I took it home. Benny absolutely loved it, and then once Bailey moved in with him, she started to steal it from him. So I bought a second one for her and then a third one so that I can switch them out to be clean, so there's always 2 in the cage. I wouldn't recommend these for a bunny who's a chewer. They are filled with foam, and if a rabbit ingests that, it could be very dangerous. I highly recommend these. It's a great place for your bunny to rest. My rabbits absolutely love them. Benny is actually next to me on the orange right now that I just put down. Like I said, I got these from Binks Box. They're super inexpensive, I think $7 or $8. I personally would recommend Binks Box in general. I think they're a great company. I've also used some of their herb mixes, which are supposed to help with digestion, which is really great for Benny since he's so prone to stasis. They also have really great toys. My bunnies aren't huge on toys. I've bought them a lot and they just have no interest. The only one they will play with is this rattle toy that I got from Binks Box. I don't know why they love it so much, but I constantly hear Bailey throwing this thing around in the middle of the night. Binks Box is a subscription service, so you can get a monthly box. They have all different plans, but they also have a store where you can buy individual items, which I really like. I didn't include this on the list itself because it's not any kind of physical tool. It's more of a forum and a store. I did mention Binky Bunny throughout this video. It's where I got my litter boxes and it's where I get my Willow wreaths. I've also gotten a few odds and ends from them as well. But what I really love about Binky Bunny is the forum. It's a great place to post questions about behavior, diet, things like that, if you want responses from other bunny people. So there you have it, my top 10 bunny tools and accessories. I recommend all these things very highly. They are not for everyone, as I said. Some bunnies just won't like these things, or they could potentially be dangerous if you have chewers and things like that. But I really hope that this was a help for you and you got some good tips and suggestions. If you liked it, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for future videos, and I will see you next time.